Alright, I'm back. But yeah, man. See? He's giving them both his daughters. So he worked for Rachel, but he gave him Leah first, and then he's gonna get Rachel. So it says, this is the 28th verse. It says, and Jacob did so and fulfilled her week and gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, built her his handmaid to her to be her maid, and he went and also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah. You know, so that's who he was working for in the first place. But like I said, in the spirit, the Lord had to where he got both of them. But Salaki, it says let me see, and served with him yet 7 other years. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. And Leah conceived and bare a son. She called his name Reuben, which that's one of the tribes. So this was the startup of the tribes, the 12 patriarchs of Israel. And let me just go to the next chapter. I'm gonna jump over, right? And it says, and when Rachel saw that she bare no children, Rachel and envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children or else I die. Because back in the ancient world, that was a reproach. You know, it was a shame to not have children then. Unlike in this society today. In this society, it's okay, you know, that a woman, she doesn't have children. She's actually okay with that. Back in the ancient world, that wasn't the case. But I'm gonna just jump to the point. It says, let's jump down. I'm gonna jump all the way down. Alright, so this is the point. I'm going to jump down to the 25th verse. It says, it's Genesis 30 and 25. It says, and it came to pass when Rachel had born Joseph that Jacob said unto Laban, send me away, that I may go on to my own place and to my country. Give me my wives with the S, because he had multiple wives, and the wives, that's a part of your wealth. You see, having multiple wives is a part of your wealth, because Ecclesiasticus 35, the 35th chapter tells you what? He that giveth himself a wife, giveth himself a possession. You see? That's also a possession. Your wife is your possession, man. You see? And what do? They forward your empire. Because you what? You and her become one flesh. Y'all have kids. And that wealth, which I'm going to get into, you know, once your kids get older, they start do the same process that you did, you know? As you see here, it says, give me my wives and my children for whom I have served thee, and let me go forth. Let me go, for thou knowest my service which I have done thee. Right? It says, and Laban said unto him, I pray thee, I have found favor in thy eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that the Lord had blessed me for thy sake. And that's why he was, you know, hesitating. That's why he was, you know, holding back, because he was, the Lord was dealing with Jacob. You see, and there's blessings that came with that. And it says, and he said, appoint me thy wages, and I will give it. And he said unto him, thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me. You see? That's the thing. Okay, that's how it worked. You will work, you know, you will come up to age, you know, which is around, you know, when you become a man according to scriptures, you'll be 12, you know, 13, you know, you start working for a particular person, you know, some of your brother, and once you were done working, you will what? You will leave off for what? Riches, man. You see? You were set. You were set automatically. You see, by the time you were what? In your late teens, in your 20s, you were already set. That's how it happened in the ancient world, as I just read, man. And let me show you that that's true wealth. This is Genesis 13 and 8. It said, not 13, yeah, 13 and 8, or 2. And this is another example. This was dealing with Abraham. It says, Genesis 13 and 1 says, and Abram went up out of Egypt, and he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with them, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle and silver and gold, which is real money, you see, and went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, man. So that's real wealth. Cattle, which is livestock, you know, wives, then children, which that forged your empire, You see, imagine having, this process play out with, let's say you had 30 children, right? Well, imagine that, man. That's an empire. See? That's also a part of the empire, a large family, man. You see? Slaves, silver and gold, of course, and so on, man. That's true riches. But what do they tell you in this society? That true riches is the dollar, which that's a lie. That fiat currency, you see, that's a lie. You save as much money, you put it in the bank, you see. Then that's the true wealth. They tell you about the 401k and all these other pensions that will that then you're straight. That's not true wealth, man. You see? That's what they fed you was wealth. Because see, the elites, when one of the elites die, they don't pass their wealth or do a major sell-off. They give their wealth, they keep their money within the family. You see? They pass it on to their children. You see? So even they know that. See? But the average person talking about a 401k or a pension plan and all this other stuff, man. All that's going to pass away. You see? See, Esau set that up. Let me get that. But that's how it worked. That was true. That was basically true with retirement, man. And it was also a way you could be self-dependent. You didn't need a government or a vote or nothing like that. But see, Esau, him being the wicked, coming into power, he changed all that. Now he pushed his his philosophies, his fornication upon the whole world. So now he got the whole world thinking the system that you see intact and how it was ran, that's the way things was made. That's a lie. You see? And actually, let me get Ezekiel. Right? It says the word, Ezekiel 28:1 says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, which this is really is going into Esau Edom in the spirit. It says, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up. And thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not the Most High. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. It says, Behold, thou art wiser than them. So it's saying they're wiser than them. I mean, they know certain things that an average person didn't know. You see? And they know that true wealth, you see, is cattle, livestock, cattle, having slaves. You see? Multiple wives, children. They know that. Silver and gold. You see, they know that. But they want to keep that to themselves, where they have the rest of the masses believing in lies, man. You see? And another thing I forgot to mention is, you retire according to this mass system. You here it is, you're born. You go to his brainwashing system, school system, from pre-K all the way to 12th grade. You go to so-called college. You get in more depth. You see? You don't even there's a big chance you won't even get the degree to what you were trying to get it to. You see? And then, if things go well, if things go well, in this society, you see, you have to wait some time, just to get started with what you're trying to do, man. See, what Jacob did, that was on an instant, man. You see, he was set. He was young when he did that. You see, but this is what they do. It says, there is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver in thy treasures, while they giving you fiat currency that's being devalued daily. You see? By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, you see, hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. You see? And this is what they do. See? They know the original way things are ran, but they want to run it their way because they're the wicked. You see, they're the adversary. And they give you this false hope of you work all the way, to you in your 70s or your 60s, your early to mid 60s. You work hard and, then you retire, then you go about your business, man. And let's say you do that, right? You're going to be too old to want to do anything. You're going to be old, tired. Your body's going to be broken down for all the hard work that you've been doing. You see? Probably got injured throughout your career on a certain job. You see? So by the time you do retire, you will be too old to do anything. And that's what they do. And it's even now where old people, you see, they're struggling. They're on the they're on the thin ice as well. There's a lot of old people or people that's getting ready to retire. They can't retire no more because they don't have the money to. They're in debt. You see, this is what they do. It's all trickery. You see, it's all witchcraft. It's all craft from the serpent, man. Esau, Edom. But it says, Sirach 13:1 says, "He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him." And that's the masses, you people. You people are proud. And what's that leading to? Your destruction. Pride leading before a great fall, man. You know, I butchered it, but it's in Proverbs, the 16th chapter. This is what's happening. Because Esau, even so-called white man, he's proud. These elites, they're proud. You see? They got the whole world worshiping Satan. You see? They took what is and made, and altered it. So they're proud. And nothing's happened to them. So now they're proud. But that's coming to an end. But speaking to you people, it says, "Burn not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself." That's first and foremost you Israelites, man. Because whose kingdom is this? This is the kingdom of the Edomites, man. You see these Edomites. You see? And Jake tried to sell out and talk and dress like them, go to colleges just to be like these Edomites. You see? But this is his kingdom. You weren't set up to prosper in this kingdom. This is your punishment. You see, and speaking of you heathens and even you lower level Joe Sixpack Edomites, you see? If you're, like I said earlier, if you're not of the 1%, if you're not within that elite family, then you're in the same, you basically in the same box as Jake. But the Lord only cares about Jake. He doesn't care about you other nations. But it says, "For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. The rich man hath done wrong, yet he threatened to withhold, and the poor is wrong, and he must also entreat." It says, let me see. Yeah, it says, "If thou have anything, your 401k, a job, or car, whatever you hold dear to in this system, right? He will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bare and will not be sorrowful." And that's what's happening now. You people have been made bare. Everything that you work hard for is being stripped from you right before your eyes, just at an instant, man. You see? And a lot of these 52% of these people that was once, had jobs on their feet, that once had, a living wage, they think, things is going to go back to more, it's going to bounce back. That's not going to be the case, man. It says, if he have needed thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, "What wantest thou?" And that's what they did with the stimulus checks. You see? They gave out these stimulus checks and the eviction moratoriums, all these things to basically hold this crumbling empire together, which is going to fail. You see? Giving you hope on, you born, you go to school, get a good education, get out, go to college, you get a good job. Then once you at that job, you retire. You see? Then you just live the rest of your life. That's a lie, man. That was just the hope that they put in you. But that's not the case. It says, "He will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee." And that's what they doing with you, the masses, you people. You see? You thinking this government care about you. No. They laughing like they say, laughing to the bank. This is why the Lord said what he says in Matthew 24 and 6 and 24. Actually, you know what? Bear with me. This is Matthew 6. And I was in the right chapter. It's the 19th verse. I passed it. I always do that. But it says, "Lay not up treasures for yourself upon earth." And he meaning this upon this system, where moth and rust doth corrupt, man. This is a corrupt government. And you could clearly see that this is a corrupt government, man. You see? They booted all you people, which is it's the Heavenly Father at the end of the day. It's the Heavenly Father cracking down on his wicked kingdom. But they shut your jobs down, okay? And just so they could get rid of the competition, the mom and pop shops, okay? And while they suffering, you see, they're getting all the money. You know, Walmart, Amazon, Tulsa. Well, I don't know about Tulsa, but you know what I mean. You see? And you still gotta pay rent. You still gotta pay your rent. You gotta pay your car. You gotta pay everything. But you can't pay it. That shows you this is corrupt, man. See? You invested all your time in this system. Well, all that's gonna go to waste. You see, it's gonna rust away. You see? And where thieves break through and steal. Who are the thieves? The 1%, the elites. They're the thieves, man. What you Edomites as a whole, okay? You so-called white people as a whole, you're thieves as a nation. But really, now it's coming down to the 1%, man. The elite banking families, man. See, they're the thieves now. And they're stealing everything. And they want to set up a new world order, man. See? It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Okay? And that's what the elect will be doing, man. The 1/3, man. See, we land our treasures in the heavens, man. Because eventually, what this spiritual this thing we doing, is doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna manifest physically, man. You see? And it started to manifest physically, but first this kingdom has to go down. And that's what you're witnessing. You see? It says, all right, that's the point. See? We don't invest our time and energy in Babylon the Great, man, because this place is going to be destroyed. You see? And that's what's going to lead these people, Actually, let me get one more scripture. This place finished. This is Job 8:13. It says, so the paths, actually, I'll start at 9. It says, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, but because our days upon earth are a shadow. And that's what you're witnessing. The days upon this kingdom is a shadow, man. And your shadow is only there for a period of time, and it goes away. So not they teach thee and tell thee in other words out of their heart. Can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? Whilst it is yet in his greenness and not cut down, it withereth before any herb. So the pass of all that forget the Most High. And you 2/3, you forgot about Yahweh Shema Shah. You forgot your resting place. You put all your heart and trust in Esau's system. So Esau's system is going down. So what does that mean? You going down with it. You see? And the hypocrite's hope shall perish, man. Whose hope shall be cut off, and those who trust shall be a spider's web, man. You see? And that's what this system is, a spider web, man. You can only go but so far, then you get caught. And you're caught in it. Just how you people are, in debt. You got caught in the spider web of debt. And it says, he shall lean upon his house. Whose house? The house of Esau. But it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. He is green before the sun. His branch shooteth forth in his garden. That was the point. Okay? But hold on.
African Americans more vulnerable to COVID-19. Make sure you can look back and say you fought for racial equity in Howard County. Join us.
And this is why this is going to happen, man. You see? I seen this earlier today, and I'm just getting to the point of the video, so
it's get really dangerous. When the population sees that there is no coming back to the way things were, no turning the hands of time back to a more comfortable time, their hatred will turn full force in two directions. The first will be toward the government.
Yep. When that hope perish, people see that this was a joke and it's not coming back. You see? 60% of New York's restaurants will close permanently, man. You see? 60%. And you got winter, coming in, which is going to be brutal. So they're not going to be able to stay open because a lot of these businesses are doing outdoor businesses or drive-through only. So, yeah. And that's why it says Isaiah 9:19, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire, man. These people he said what? They're going to come in two directions. First at the government, okay? Which I'm going to get that. That's going to be, and no man shall spare his brother, as it's going to go into, right? This is what we in right now, basically. I'm not no longer going to say we're coming into. We're in it. It's just a matter of time. It's 2 Ezra 15, and I start 14. For woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, which is any type of weapon of destruction. For there shall be sedition, which means to revolt against your government. He said they're going to come after the government. Let me go back.
The ones that they feel put them into this position, the government that gave trillions of dollars to mega corporations while not under their own understanding doing anything to help the population. The other direction will be the hatred that they will take toward the people that aren't affected as badly during this financial collapse.
So one is the government, right? For one, people shall stand in the fight against another. One is going to be the government. And when they can't go after the government officials anymore because they either put them to death or the government officials went into hiding, then you people that's talking about, well, my area is doing fine, I'm still working, which I'm still working, but I could give a shit about this. I put all my chips in Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Because the scriptures say it comes a time when no man can work. You see? So, you people out there that's boasting about, well, my part of town is doing good, everything's going solid, you still see people shopping. The people that ain't got it and it's cold as hell outside and they lost everything, what you think they're going to do? They're going to come after you. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. You see? So they ain't going to care about the police officers, they ain't going to care about the government officials, the mayors or whatever, man. You see? They ain't going to give a shit about them no more. They're going to come after them, and you people that's, just is somewhat still doing okay, you still got, some food and prepping and everything, they coming after you. This is the 19th verse. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. Like he said in that video, that's what's going to play out. This is what we're in right now. Just a matter of time. You see? Everybody's talking about something big is going to happen toward the election. But we're going to see as the days go on. You can't really say time. You just really say days and months. And this is why that's what Matthew the 6th chapter is going into. How you lay your treasures upon earth. You see? Not to lay your treasures upon earth, but lay them in the heavens. This is what we're laying in. The elect is going to lay their chips in Yahweh Shema Shah, man. This is Job 5:20. And famine, Salaki 19 says, he shall deliver thee. Who is the thee? The elect. And who is the he? Yahweh. In 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7. Salaki. In 7, there shall no evil touch thee. In famine, when there's no food out here, he shall redeem thee from death. And in war, from the power of the sword, the race wars, the World War III, the class wars, food wars. You're going to have martial law out here. They're going to be, being a madman, sparing none. You see? From the power of the sword, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Because the animals going to be used as a tool of judgment out here. These zoo animals that Esau got locked up in these zoos, they're going to get loose. The prisoners, they're going to be loose. See, it's going to be an all-out madhouse out here. You see? For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, shall not sin. And that's going to be for who? The elect, the 1/3, those believers as well, man. All Israelites. You see? Because you put your trust in Yahweh Shema Shah. So he's going to come through for you. Now, everybody outside that, they going to have to go through this destruction, especially you Edomites. So, I'm going to end it there. Call hello Allah Yahweh Bashima Shah, Yahweh Ratazah. This was edifying. Baba Kashah, Baba Bo, Baba Bo, Abba Ha Ayapia, Abba Ha Ayapia. Shalom to the elect and to the few Aqua, few Israelite sisters that do listen and learn. Shalom.